The goodies bag is where all of your things live. Any stuff you can place in the world is stored there. Let's access the Poppit and take a look. Press the menu button. Use the left stick to navigate to the goodies bag and open it up with the action button. The first page is the materials page, which contains the basic building blocks of Little Big Planet. Use the page buttons to turn to the collected objects page, where you'll find all the fancy bits and pieces you discovered during the adventure. Another page over, and you'll find the My Objects page, which is where your own personal creations wind up. And finally, the last page is Community Objects, where you can find anything given to you by other players. To take something out of your goodies bag, scroll to it with the directional buttons or the left stick and press the action button. Press the action button again to place it in the world, then back out of your Poppit with the back button. There it is. Amazing. To create something wonderful, you'll need to know how to place objects in the world and what to do with them once they're there. Let's have a go at it, shall we? Objects are kept in your goodies bag on the Collected Objects page. Objects are separated into categories, so you'll always be able to find what you're looking for. For now, anything will do, so just pick something enticing with the action button. Using the left stick, you can position your object before you place it, while the right stick is used to spin and resize it. The shuffle buttons move the object back and forth in the layers. You can put it anywhere. Once you've got it how you want it, place it into the world with the action button. Congratulations, you've made something! If you want to fiddle with it again, you can pick it up with the Poppit cursor and the action button. To make a copy of the object, push in the left stick. To flip the object around, push in the right stick. Which brings us to the tweak menu. Everything has its own tweak menu, and you can open them up by pressing the menu button. Basic objects like this one only have a couple tweak options, but some allow you to choose colors and brightness. These are indicated by the color wheels on their Poppit icons. The position and layer tweak changes an object's position in its current layer. You can move it back and forth. Note that this is a purely visual distinction intended mostly for art purposes. The physics properties tweak determines whether an object is dynamic or static. A static object won't move anywhere, no matter what. Now you can fill your levels with all manner of wild and wacky stuff. Materials are the foundation of any level, so you'll need to know how to place them in the world. Materials are kept in your goodies bag. Open it up. There are various kinds of materials to choose from, separated into categories such as cardboard, sponge, and glass. Each type of material has different properties, but for now, just choose one that looks nice. Now pick the shape you'll use to stamp the material into the world. Before you place the material, you can adjust its position with the left stick, change its orientation with the right stick, move it in and out of the layers using the shuffle button, and make them thicker and thinner with the thickness buttons. Once it looks right, place it into the world with the action button. And there it is. If you want to change it, simply point at it with the Poppit cursor and pick it up again with the action button. To make a copy of your material, push in the left stick. To flip it around, push in the right stick. To delete it, just press the delete button. But that's not all. With a shape selected, you can also smear the material by holding down the action button and moving the left stick. Or you can cut a swath through the old stuff by holding down the delete button instead. Finally, every material has a tweak menu, which you can access by pressing the menu button. The Position and Layer tweak changes a material's position in its current layer. You can move it back and forth. Note that this is a purely visual distinction, intended mostly for art purposes. You can also change a material's physics properties from dynamic to static, which means they won't move no matter what. Some materials also allow you to change their colors. This is indicated by the color wheel on their icon in the Popit. Finally, if you have the perfect shape made out of the wrong stuff, you can easily change materials. Just find the material you want and select the Material Changer tool. Then just use the Popit cursor and the Action button. Now you're ready to build levels like a pro. It's time to learn about some shortcuts that will improve any level building experience. First, let's try hiding. When something is in your way, but you don't want to go to the trouble of moving it, you can make it invisible instead. Just point at the offending object with the Popit cursor and press the L2 button. Now you can edit behind it as you please. You can even hide multiple objects at once for the really crowded bits. Once you're done, be sure to unhide everything with the L1 button. Next, let's learn some ways to handle multiple objects simultaneously. First, we have drag selecting, which allows you to pick up a big pile of stuff all at once. With your Popit cursor out, hold down the Action button and use the left stick to draw a box around the stuff you want to snag. When you're done, just let go of the Action button. Everything that was in the box will now be selected for you to move around, copy, flip, or anything else. Once you're done, just press the back button. Finally, there's multiple selecting. Like drag selecting, multiple select allows you to pick up multiple things at once. However, it's a little more precise than drag selecting, so you should use this when you want to pick a few things out of a jumble. Just press and hold down the R2 button, then pick out whatever you like with the Popit cursor and the Action button. If you select something by mistake, just press the Action button again. When you've selected everything you need, just let go of the R2 button to snatch everything up. The Characters page is where all the characters available to your adventure live. You can find it in your global stuff. Right out of the box, you'll notice the usual suspects: Sackboy, Toggle, Oddsock, and Swoop. But you can add custom characters as well. Once you've set up a customized playable character, it needs to be captured. Find the Capture Character option in the Functions tab. Now use the left and right sticks to shape a box around your character and press the Action button. And there you have it. Your character is captured and ready to go. Look, there it is on your Characters page. We should probably give it a name, so highlight it and press the menu button and change it from the generic name to something a little fancier. If you want to make a change to your character, you can bring out a fresh copy with the Edit button. Once you've made it even better, you'll need to recapture it from its character menu. This will refresh every reference to your character throughout your adventure automatically. You don't need to redo it at all. To try your character out, select Transform and have a go. To change back to normal, just select Sackboy on the Characters page and hit the Action button. Finally, if you decide you don't need your character anymore, you can delete it. Now you're ready to fill your adventures with loads of fun characters, new and old. The Sack Pocket Items page is where you can find all the power-ups available to your Adventure Sack Pocket. You can find the page in your global stuff. Notice that all the official power-ups are already there for easy access. When you've created your own power-up for an adventure, you need to add it to your Sack Pocket Items page. Let's take a look in your global stuff. First things first. You need to capture your power-up using the Capture Sack Pocket Item option in the Functions category. Now use the left and right sticks to shape a box around your power-up and press the Action button to capture it. Congratulations! You've added a power-up to your adventure. It will appear automatically in the Sack Pocket Items tab. Any good power-up deserves a catchy name, so press the menu button to bring up your power-ups menu and change the generic name into something with a little more pizzazz. You should also consider changing the power-up's description to let your players know what it does. If you want to make a change to your power-up, hit the Edit option to get a fresh copy. Once you've worked your magic, you'll need to recapture it from its menu. This will refresh every reference to your item throughout your adventure automatically. You don't need to redo it at all. To test out your power-up, just hit the Equip option and play around with it. And finally, if you decide it needs to go for good, you can delete the power-up too.